bring her up here, and we have her live.
Hi!
Hey!
It's Randi Driscoll!
Can you see us? I'm just curious.
I can see you. We're like in I can see everyone, the whole band.
Okay, good.
We're doing it. The whole band, all two of us.
Yeah, the whole band. Here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. You know, we're hanging in there, thank God. We're safe, and I'm here in Nashville with my little family of three, and we're just, here we go. This is what it is now.
Yeah, welcome to Nashville. You're never leaving your house again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I know. But it's so good to see you guys, and I love what you're doing. I love that you're doing this. And I mean, everyone's just trying to find a way, right? To weave a new form. I don't know. But, if this is how we get you, I'm happy this is how we get you. So.
Well, and Randi, you have found a way too. She was just telling us while her story was playing that she went live every single day with a different guest on her live show for 70 consecutive days.
Yeah, nuts. I don't know. It started off with a really good idea on my sofa. I turned to my husband, who also is like my graphics department and my cameraman and my set dinner. And I was like, I think, I have to do something. I've got to reach out. We need community. I have to check in with my people. Because like Ash, like you said, we moved here only, not even at that time 2 years ago. So I was, desperate to reach out to people in other areas and kind of like make sure everyone was doing okay and build community. I turned to him on the sofa. I said, we'll go live. And he was like, okay. I'm like, we'll go live every night. He was like, okay. I'm like, well, just every night. He was like, and I thought in my head, maybe like 2 weeks of this, seemed like that's what would happen. Maybe 3 if it got bad. And then something like 11, 12 weeks later, we were like, we're still doing this every night. So we finally stopped, and now we come live once a week. But.
Yeah, which is probably more reasonable, but that is a really big accomplishment. I mean, just to get 70 quality artists on your show, and I listened to a few of them, and you had some really fantastic artists on your show, and I was like, oh my God, I'm just honored that I was one of them at one point in time, to be paired with all those other people. And you become a talk show host. How does that feel?
I have no idea. I don't know. But it's really fun, and it's such a neat way for, my friends and my followers to be introduced to all of these incredible people from all over the place. It's really special, and it does make it, it's just a way to connect people. And I think community is so important right now. I really do. I mean, it makes us feel better. It didn't matter what kind of a day we were having. At that 1 hour every evening where I could, reach out to people and connect, I felt so much better and so much more hopeful. So, it's really something that I'm happy we were able to do. So, and we're still doing it once a week.
Yep. And I'll, we'll pop in from one time so be sure to check out Randi's show, because as you know, it's once a week now. And so is it Facebook only?
Yes, it is. We do for now. It is we found this little way to do it, but we're looking into other options. We show it after the fact on YouTube, but for now it's live on my Facebook page. Yeah.
So, and can you tell our audience what your Facebook page is so they can find the show?
So you can find it on just facebook.com/Randi Driscoll. Do it from my music page. You can also do it from my personal page, but my music page is a good one to do it on.
And what day, is there a day and time of the week that you do it?
We've been doing it. The show Randi's Live is Friday nights, and it's 6 p.m. Central. And then I'm trying to do a concert from home once a month. So that's just sort of like an hour and a half of just my original music and just stories behind the songs, So that's a little bit different than the Randi's Live, which is more of my, my talk show, my variety show that I'm hosting.
Variety show. That's good. Yeah, when Randi and I met, how sometimes you meet people and you're just like, I love you so much. I don't know why, but will you be mine forever? Like, that's how we felt when we met each other. We're like, we're sisters. It's done. Totally. It's just instant connection.
And it all makes sense now, like it all makes sense knowing you.
Yeah, because we're like almost the same, basically. So, yeah. And we're both talk show hosts apparently too. So. But I was telling our audience earlier that I'm pretty sure I borrowed this idea from you after being on our show. So you inspired, we're not entirely sure, but we're just going to go with it, that you inspired this next thing that we're about to jump into, which is asking you 3 questions.
Oh, I love it. Yes, I do that. Yes, it's great. It's a different perspective, right? From all kinds of people.
Exactly. I know you ask us every guest the same 3 questions every time, but ours, a couple of them stay the same, but we try to change it up a little bit. Starting with the first question that we have for you is regarding your move to Nashville. Like, what led you? Because you're originally from San Diego, right?
So born and raised in New Jersey, and then living in California for years and years and years, a little time in New York. I like to hop, zip codes, try them all out, see which one fits,
Good move.
And then moved to Nashville after touring here pretty regularly for 10 years and obviously loving the music community. My mom passed away after her second battle with cancer, and we'd been taking care of her out in California. And losing the last member of my immediate family was just an eye-opener to me that life is really short. And we had been toying with the idea of coming to Nashville. My husband, Andrew, had a 4-hour-a-day commute to his job. We were living down in Orange County, actually right outside of San Diego, and he was commuting 4 hours a day. And at the end of the week, realizing how much quality time you miss out on with that commute, we just looked at one another and said, it's time to really embrace togetherness and life and try this adventure out. And so that's what brought us to Nashville. So that's the story.
And how long have you been there now?
So it will be 2 years now. We've been here for 2 years.
Minus, what has it been, 5 months of the pandemic?
We don't count this, right? This is no.
Cool. And are you loving living there?
We do. We really love it. I mean, it's a great community for our daughter. It's a beautiful music community, lots of opportunity. I'm getting used to the whole time change now that everything I'm doing is in other places, right? So I'm CST proudly, right? Proudly.
Yeah.
And it's weird. A lot of people said, was it strange to move to a new place and then sort of have the pandemic happen? Because, we had lived in California for so many years, but we had really good friends here. We know wonderful people. And, this, like you're finding, right? We are connecting with people all over. I mean, you're in a similar situation too. My musical partner that I've toured with for years is in San Diego. So that's a real bummer. We don't see one another that much to play gigs, but we also know that this is just for now, and this is okay. We're getting through. So plus we have a backyard, which has become something that I really embraced during this time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really, oh my gosh, outdoor space. Yeah, I never knew how much I would love outdoor space, but
fresh air.
Yes, fresh air.
Somewhere to walk outside of my house.
One thing I wanted to ask, I didn't put it on here, but how do you manage your career and having time for your family? I know everybody has it differently because everybody's different. And so I was curious how you managed to adjust once you started a family.
It's a really, really wonderful question, because obviously we talk a lot about, you guys and your amazing traveling and all that you do. It's just incredible how many dates you do a year. And I was doing quite a few dates too. There's a big, big difference now. My dates are shorter, so I go out for smaller durations. So I make it that I try to pack as much into like 5 days as I can, and then I head home, because I feel like more than that, I mean, being away from my daughter, who's still pretty young, that's hard, So I'm very conscious of, where am I going? Do I have those anchor gigs, the ones that are really going to sort of, they're paying gigs, they're good paying gigs. Are they going to afford me to do some of the other ones that I really want to do, but maybe we're not going to make as much money, right?
Yeah.
And then, I also try to go to places like you guys do, where I have a really good hub of people. And then if there's an opportunity to bring my daughter, because maybe I'm going somewhere where we know a lot of people, then I try to do that too. And, my awesome husband holds down the fort here when I have to be gone, which is really important. I have a partner that's able to do that. But I definitely have changed that way. So instead of just like sort of going out for a couple weeks indefinitely and being like, oh, I'll find a gig I'm sure there's a coffee shop that'll let me in. I'll throw out a tip jar. I'm a little more focused on shorter, 5 days at a time, maybe 6, come back. So that's
No,
what I
that's
do.
fantastic. Um, I've seen a few groups who have, who've had kids and they've had to tour with them on the road. And again, everybody's different, so it's
Yeah.
really wonderful that you're able to still kind of you're able to find a good balance between everything.
And have a
Right.
super supportive family, which
Yeah.
is amazing and key
That
for
helps
any
a lot.
artist.
It helps
So
a
it's-
lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
So actually, we had come up with this question specifically for you, Randy, because
Okay.
there's something else that I think is absolutely.
Well, there's a million things that I think are magnificent about you, but one of my favorite Randy Driscoll things is the Jingle Ball, and we're wondering if you could talk about that a little bit and the inspiration behind it. What made you start it?
Yes. So we do a Christmas show every year, and we're so happy to have you guys on our last one. Last year was an amazing addition, and it's really a night where I showcase many, many acts, and we get up and we do all kinds of music, original music, holiday songs. It's super fun. We've had it in different places over the many years that I've done it, and we've done, well over, we think 15 at least now that we've done. And it's it's a joyful night of bright, like, togetherness. But the idea stemmed that many, many years ago, when I was living in San Diego, I got asked to do, I like to say, a very popular radio station's Jingle Ball, right? So they invited me, and I was super excited. And you can tell how many years ago it was by me saying that, like, I spent all my money on flyers, and we put, like, posters up everywhere, right? And, like, we had a voicemail number that people could call for information. I mean, this is like what you did, right? When you had to get the word out. And about 2 weeks before the big Jingle Ball, my band got canceled. They said, we booked a national act in your place. Sorry.
Oh,
And that was it. Yeah. Oh. And so the next year came around, and they said, well, we've got great news. Same radio station. They said, we've got great news. We actually have added an acoustic stage this year, and you'd be perfect for it. And so we'd love for you to play on the side stage, basically. And I said, well, okay, that's great. We'll take it, and we'll do it like a trimmed down version, and it'll be great. Same thing, told everyone. Oh, I know it was a bummer about last year, but that year, second time, they canceled me again. Yeah, they canceled me
Pete's
again.
sake.
And I was so angry. I just thought, this is insane, and it's super disrespectful. And okay, so I didn't know what to do. So I thought, I'm just going to make my own Jingle Ball. And so theirs was called radio station's Jingle Ball. And so I created Randy's damn Jingle Ball. And I did it at a coffee house, which had thousands less than their Jingle Ball did. But it was still packed. And I think that year, Lisa Sanders was one of the people who you guys know and
Yeah.
love, was on the
Yay.
stage with me. And another act, maybe Carlos and Toka. And we did this Jingle Ball, and I called it Randy's Damn Jingle Ball, and everybody loved it. And I thought, I'm just going to do this every year. So it turned into this big thing that I do every year. So there you go. That's Randy's Damn Jingle Ball.
that's fantastic. I mean, that needs must, right? When people are just
Yeah.
yanking you around, you just got to do it yourself.
Yes. I made my own damn ball.
And in my eyes, it's no small thing. I mean, we got to play it
This year, which was a super big honor, and the year before that, I got to attend it. And when I attended it, because I had met Lisa Sanders, and she was like, "You got to come to this thing, and you got to meet my friend Randy." So I came, and I was just like total like fangirled out in the front row, like, "What is this magic?" and what a dream to play on the stage one day, And then you invited me the next year. I was like, "Yeah, cool, that's cool. I'll do it. Yeah, sure, Randy. Yay!" But as soon as I hang up the phone.
That's a really good night, and we're trying to think about this year. Even after I moved from California, I still had it in California because that's where we've always had it. And I have a feeling that there will be a Jingle Ball. It's looking more and more like it's probably going to be virtual, but we're already talking about some people about how we want to do it. And the one nice plus is that as it's grown over the years, right, it got to a point, because we have vendors come, and you weren't there like 3 years ago, but we had an outdoor stage where people would play, right? There was like during intermission, there was like another stage. It turned into this whole thing. And
Wow.
I thought if this year we could actually probably get everyone on, because we could do it virtually and have everyone that I ever wanted to be a part of it, be a part. So we'll see. We're thinking about it. But Randy's damn Jingle Ball is not going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the benefit of doing it virtually, isn't it? Is like you may actually have more people available because they can't go anywhere and they don't have to travel anywhere. So
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
that's the hope.
Well, I absolutely love that story. I mean, it's such a, I'm a huge cheerleader for independent artists, independent music, as you know. And to me, like, there's nothing better than that. Like, oh, really? Oh, you tell me I can't do this thing? Watch me. That's what I love about the indie world. It's like, we can take whatever you're telling us we can't do into our own hands and do it our own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
And someone told me, guys, at this year's that they're not doing that concert anymore. It's not even happening anymore. Ha ha.
Really?
Well, guess who is?
So there.
That's amazing, Randy. Okay, well, we've got one more question for you, which I guess Ed really likes this question because I came up with it a couple weeks ago and he still got it in our...
It's permanently in our notes. So.
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting question, though, because to me, it tells you a lot about someone's character, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, that's crazy. Okay. I think for sure seeing into the future. And I think the reason, right? I mean, that's a good one, right? I'm sure it's not.
That's the first time we've heard that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the reason would be, I think I spend a lot of time. I was on a Zoom lecture series the other day, and I was a guest, and I was talking about how a lot of my music. Of course, as songwriters, we write about things that have happened to us, right? And we're very, we and then if it didn't happen to us, we write about something that happened to someone we know, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
My pain, your pain, all the pain. We'll make it a song. Well, something funny happened to you, I'll write about that. But I do notice what I also do a lot is I write about my hope and what I think could be the case, right? And I think in doing that, I try to tell myself and reassure myself that things will get better, or things will pass, or things will come to fruition, or things will sort of be shown to you. And what I've noticed over the years is that I really, especially with my songwriting, I try to envision, like a better tomorrow, or what something means at the time that it's happening. So I think a superpower for me, if I could really see into the future, then I could use that tool to sort of ease the pain that people are. I mean, this is very, like right now, what's happening. But I think it would be a way to sort of ease the pain that people are feeling, maybe be able to stop people from hurting, or maybe stop people from making choices that maybe down the road would hurt them. But if I could explain why, I'd be able to say, well, listen, in the end, this really turns out okay, or this really is going to be something beautiful. Or if you can just hang on for this minute, you're going to be okay. Or if I want to tell my daughter why she, should really brush her teeth, I'll say, in 10 years, you're going to have the most beautiful. No, I don't know. That's just a parenting tip. I think really being able to see into the future, I'd be able to not only ease my own mind, right, but be able to kind of proceed cautiously, because one of the things, like even watching your amazing, your show as we were, logging on in the beginning, I mean, you're really being so creative in the way that you're doing this, right? But like, how long are we doing this for? Like, you know, like when are we together in a band, like touring? Like, when is the next real Jingle Ball, And so I think the gift of, really seeing what could happen could really be helpful on so many levels. And it would bring me some much needed peace that I'm sort of longing for right now.
So you wouldn't do the Back to the Future 2 thing and get a sports book and get all the winners for the next Triple Crowns.
My husband wants to chime in because he's suddenly thinking, Andrew's like, that sounds very good. Yes, I like where you took that. No, it's more for like peace of mind.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at there. And when you do come up with that superhero power, I am going to be right by your side with my invisibility, and we are going to conquer the world.
Oh, I love that. Oh, we could take over the world.
Oh, yeah.
I can see the future and you're invisible. Oh, my gosh. Come on.
We can accomplish so many things.
So much.
Well, thanks so much, Randi, for joining us today. This was really wonderful to get to chat with you again, because it's been a while since we got to see you in person.
Thank you. You guys are wonderful. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
I love both of you, and I love your music. And I can't wait to have you guys together as a guest on our live show. I really want to make that happen. So let's find a date in the next
Thank
couple
you.
of weeks. Yeah, because you're wonderful. So
Let's
thank
do
you for
that.
having me.
Where can people find your music and you?
So RandiDriscoll.com, Randi with an I, is a great place to look. And then I'm everywhere that you can sort of stream and find music. So, and we put all of our shows up on YouTube. So YouTube is a really good way for content right now. Not only are all of our live shows up, but a lot of new music that I play, a lot of new videos are up there. So I feel like that's a really good place for people to find out what's happening right now with us.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and we're gonna do one of those later in the show, so you'll get to see kind of the full. You'll get the full Randi Driscoll effect.
Yeah, we will bring you Randi Driscoll music later in the show. Don't worry.
But thank you again. It was really wonderful chatting with you, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And you stay safe out there. Okay.
Yes, you guys too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Randi.
Good love. Bye.
Much love. Bye.
Bye-bye.
She just brightens up my day.
Absolutely. I mean,
She's such a positive person.
yeah. Like that's the best part when you first meet her. It's just like, oh wow, you can feel the positivity like immediately.
Yeah, kind of similar to the dancing. It's like she just elevates the room, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I had only met her at the Jingle Ball that we played, and I was like, wow, yeah, she's super, like, she's got this down, and she's really excited and really happy, and she puts on that,
Makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, makes you feel good about yourself. She's a really, really supportive person, which it bears out because she's got a yearly festival that she puts on, and to try and support music community, because no one supported her when she tried to do it. So
I love that so much. And you can hear it in her music too. Like to me, and you'll hear it later when we
play one of her songs. Her music matches her personality a lot. Like it's very uplifting, and there's a message behind it always.
Which I really, really enjoy. So fantastic songwriter, fantastic singer. So we'll get to that in a little bit.